Well, you guys know I've always been a big Call of Duty fan. Now is the time for Black Ops 6. Let's check out the showcase. What's going on, guys? J-Hoy back with you today. Welcome back to another Call of Duty video. Today, we're a little bit late on this, mainly because I was just very busy. Real life sucks sometimes being an adult, but we are back here with the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 full showcase. It's a little bit longer than my normal videos, but I want to live react to it because I have not seen it just yet and everyone's been talking about it. So here's my first thoughts on the showcase. So we're going to be live commenting this. Intro has started. Alright, let's watch it. It might be a little quiet, but let's watch it. Alright, miniguns, bombs, lots of... Let's listen to the story. I mean, it looks amazing so far. I'll tell you that. Alright, this all must be story stuff. Black Ops 6. I think there's some talking here too. So hopefully that's all good. Ooh, those
Hello
are
and welcome
sweet.
to Treyarch in Los Angeles.
What's up, Mark?
And thanks for joining us today. We're excited to share what we've been working on for the past few years. For Black Ops 6, we really wanted to give ourselves the time to craft something truly great. This means we're delivering a new level of polish and innovation across all parts of the game.
Okay.
I've been working here for over 20 years, and I can tell you that we have something special on our hands with Black Ops 6. And I know that the team are excited to give you a deep dive into our campaign and global innovations across the entire game.
I'm gonna pause it just for a second because sometimes, and like I said, I'm not trying to, crap on it or talk down on it so early or negatively, but sometimes being at somewhere for so long actually hurts things more than it helps. But hopefully, Mark, you got some good stuff for us.
With Black Ops 6, we're taking players to a new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history, thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy force has infiltrated the highest levels of the US government, branding anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue for the first time to fight the very machine that created them. The team has been meticulously crafting every aspect of this game to deliver the fun and attitude players expect from the Black Ops franchise.
Stuff looks crazy.
Multiplayer is of course here and brings the Black Ops style and provides a playground for the brand new Omni movement system. A new way to push beyond your limits and move like an action hero.
Oh.
You'll see a sneak peek of that later today. Round-based zombies is absolutely back and better than ever. You can be sure it's full of surprises. With that, let's step into the mind-bending campaign experience we've been crafting with our partners at Raven.
Okay. Lots of interesting stuff so far.
No turning back now.
Here we go. Campaign.
Every Call of Duty player has a favorite campaign mission. When we set out to make Black Ops 6,
Hello, John.
we were focused on delivering missions so iconic that they stick in your memory long after.
Those are cool pictures.
We are bringing that action-packed blockbuster feel to every step of the narrative. We are giving you more variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each mission.
We can do this loud or quiet.
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery. It's a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop of the early 90s. Soviet Union
always interesting to see
the Berlin Wall and
if there is more than one way to kind of play a campaign. So it's kind of interesting they said, do you want to do it quiet or soft? Do you want to do it more stealthy or just kind of go in guns blazing?
Across the music, television, and pop culture of the time. When we talk about the Black Ops timeline, Black Ops 6 comes after the events of the Cold War, but is directly tied to the 1986 flashbacks in Black Ops 2, the aftermath of which has left our heroes in dire circumstances.
Something you should see.
Interesting.
Black Ops 6 blends the rich and gritty history of previous franchise titles with bold new characters, with veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story.
Oh.
In this new chapter, we see a different side of Woods following his traumatic injury at the hands of Raul Menendez. He's been pulled from the field as he adjusts to a new role within the CIA, often behind a desk or on the other end of a radio. His protege is Troy Marshall, who's been making a name for himself in the field. Marshall is a reluctant leader driven by a strong moral compass.
Interesting.
Marshall and Woods
I like
are
how they
working
tie
with
everything
another
together.
new face in Black Ops 6, CIA handler Jane Harrow. She's a born leader, fearless and brilliant, and helps manage their relationships within the agency.
Okay.
Woods' ability to operate in the shadows has always been hugely valuable to the CIA, whether they want to admit it or not. And Marshall has the ability to make tough calls in the field, ones that Harrow trusts him to make. But when an operation goes wrong, Woods and Marshall are suspended and ultimately forced to go rogue. They soon realize they have to trust each other to get to the bottom of what's going on. Without any of their usual resources, they have to build their own team, recruiting two exciting new characters in Felix Newman, a technical genius, and Savati Dumas, a mysterious assassin. With the end of the Cold War, these former enemies have become new allies. And with the sudden return of notorious operative Russell Adler, who'd gone missing for months, a former ally may have become a new enemy.
May have?
For the Black Ops single-player campaign, we prioritized mission variety and unique experiences. Our goal was to offer players a wide variety of mission types, each crafted from the ground up. One moment, you'll be storming a palace. The next, you'll be pulling off a heist at a casino. We aim to take players all over the world and immerse them in vastly different experiences. Within these missions, we wanted gameplay to unfold in multiple ways, giving players the freedom to navigate through them as they see fit. Where we have different combat styles, we also have conversation opportunities where you can talk, barter, and manipulate your way into different experiences. And we think you'll want to replay levels to see them all.
So that kind of looks like the big key is instead of just one experience or one kind of story, you can almost play it a few times and get a few different experiences, which is cool. I like that.
We are excited to offer a variety of different enemy types in the campaign.
Hello, Justin.
The goal was to provide different challenges for the player. So whether they choose to go in guns blazing or take a stealthier approach.
Line them up right, you can take them both down with one shot. Nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet.
Continue to push on what's possible in terms of how our enemy combatants behave. Your enemies will be relentless, constantly seeking to outmaneuver you throughout the levels. They'll cut off escape routes, push on players' location, and force them to think on their feet.
Kaboom.
We've created certain missions where we give you a high-level objective and a variety of ways to approach that objective. One mission in particular takes place in a vast desert in Iraq. You and your team are hunting down missile launchers with the SAS. It's one of the largest campaign maps that we've ever created.
Look alive, people! They know we're coming!
Alright. I'm sure everyone's just gonna hip fire in that situation and not just beam down the sight.
You'll find that some of our destinations have a startling contrast in look and feel as well. We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh tundra of northern Russia.
Yeah, green helicopter in the snow. Makes perfect sense.
We are excited to offer an array of brand new equipment, as well as some favorites from the Black Ops universe. RCXD, Tranquilizer Trap, Adrenaline Stim, Homing Knife, Disruptor,
Was that a throwing knife that was basically like a Semtex?
The campaign is grounded within an expanded campaign hub called the Safe House. You might remember we also had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this time, we wanted to think a little bit more broadly about the environment. We chose to have our team's hub located in a more naturalistic setting. So, it's in an abandoned manor by an ocean cliffside.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
What's most unique is that it used to be a KGB black site, which was operational during the 50s and 60s. This brings a lot of intrigue to the safe house and will allow players to explore and discover secrets from the past. The team is also bringing back the evidence board, which is still the centerpiece of the safe house experience, but with brand new upgrades. Players can view the campaign outline, gain deeper insights into missions, and analyze evidence collected throughout missions.
Okay, very cool.
Okay. Capture.
Okay, the attacker comes in.
I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go!
That was sick. Great. I think we got it.
Omni movement. I've heard a lot about this. Hi, Matt.
Our goal is to create a more connected experience that keeps players immersed across every single mode.
I want to see how this works. Okay, sliding
we pushed
back.
ourselves at every corner to innovate and craft.
Oh my God, Shotzi's gonna be a nightmare to kill.
Movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty. And with Black Ops 6, we're redefining movement across the entire game. For the first time ever, players can sprint in any direction and move like a true Black Ops action hero with an entirely new global system we call Omni Movement.
Yeah,
this unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat maneuvers like slide, dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360 degrees range of motion.
Okay. From the beginning, we started with, you can't do this thing, why? And then realized people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of that construct? And then instantly it opened up like, oh, if you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction, you could slide in any direction, which then led to all the on-the-ground movement and everything else chaining together.
Oh, boy.
It's really been something that changes how you think and play the game, whether it's campaign, MP, or zombies.
Interesting.
We truly believe that once you experience Omni movement, there's no going back.
Oh boy.
We also have what
I just really hope
movement, which is a set of features that drastically reduces how many buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories.
I just really hope the
Sprint
movement's
assist,
not broken
mantle
enough.
Assist, and crouch assist. And each of these settings will allow for fine-tuning. Intelligent movement really started with this idea that we want all players to focus on what they want to do and not how to do it.
Wait, what?
We want every player, regardless of skill level or input or experience with Call of Duty, to be able to engage with Omni movement and live out their own action hero fantasy in Black Ops 6.
It just looks ridiculous.
We looked at other genres like racing games, where they have these great assist settings that can be turned on and off. Things like traction control or assisted braking. And we really love the idea of taking that thinking and applying it to our own movement options.
Very
I don't
cool.
think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setup.
Interesting. It's definitely going to be broken at first until I kind of balance
taking damage or dying. In past games, we've only had 4 regions. For Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to 9 regions, so now we can determine if that enemy was shot in their left leg or right leg, and then we'll play a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. So world connectivity is this concept that players' movement and reactions are connected to the world based on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway, your weapon's going to dynamically rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner. And since it's dynamic,
I don't like the doors.
Dramatic
Why is there so many doors?
But won't affect you at all if you're barreling full speed around that same corner. We are constantly looking for opportunities to set the bar with movement and animations in Black Ops 6.
I can't really say I haven't liked anything so far. It all looks very good. Let's keep it rolling. Oh boy. Yeah, the guy's just in like, here I am.
Our team is super thrilled to show
Hello,
the best
is it Sunny?
characters that we've done.
Hello, sir. What we got?
Through our process of photogrammetry, gear was acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our operatives. For our faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was captured and processed to make every emotional, impactful moment true to actual life.
It's actually crazy they go through this much
special attention to the cuticles
to go into a Call of Duty
game. They're just freshly cut. There's dirt in between their nails, the oils on their palms as they're sweaty and running through situations that they're in. We're paying attention to every detail.
That's good. We're glad for it.
The thing that I'm most excited about is the number of new weapons from the era that we've added, which includes many that are brand new to the franchise. Our heroes are rogue operatives, and they operate outside the normal playbook. That means they're procuring gear by any means necessary. And
so lots of old weapons, lots of new weapons.
Cool. We made sure to deliver dozens of unique attachments for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon to match any playstyle that you can imagine, all while maintaining the feel and tone of the era.
I'm just gonna say it before we continue. I didn't really like what he just said. Let me back up and see if I can really capture what he said.
Playbook. That means they're procuring gear by any means necessary, and it allowed us to pull a unique mix of weapons.
I think it's right up here.
We made sure to deliver dozens of unique attachments for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon to match any playstyle that you can imagine, all while maintaining the feel and tone of the era.
Did y'all catch that too? Dozens of attachments per each weapon, and changing the guns to change different play styles. That sounds a lot like the old gunsmith system. Just saying. With the million attachments that all do all this crap we don't care about. So that's the first thing, and so far the only thing that has me like, okay, what's that all about? Like that little like bell in the back of your head that's like, all right, something's wrong here. Okay, let's continue on.
In Black Ops 6, we really strive for striking that balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects in realism. We find real-world reference so that we can match that motion, the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper-real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
Okay. Yeah, obviously something should be somewhat not stupid. All right, on to the next part. HUD.
The Black Ops 6 user experience is all about focusing players on what they need when
Hello,
they need
David.
And our in-game HUD is no different. From the mini-map to the ammo widget to in-game notifications, the Black Ops 6 HUD combines some of our best designs in a clean, streamlined experience. For the first time in Call of Duty, players will be able to change their HUD in dramatic ways to suit their needs. For instance, streamers can choose a layout optimized for their setup, or maybe you want your HUD centered so you don't have to look away. Want to play hardcore anywhere, or finally put the mini-map in the bottom left? Those are options as well. Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome. As players track that elusive challenge or target their next level unlock, Black Ops 6 delivers an end-to-end experience from the lobby into combat and back, where player progress and achievement are celebrated in a big way.
Was that it for that? I want to go back to that real quick.
Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome.
No, go back
As
to
players
the
track
screen.
that elusive challenge or target their next HUD combines.
So I just want to take a second to just kind of look over what this HUD is. So this looks pretty standard, right? So you have your HUD in the top left, or your mini map in the top left. Then you have your time, your score right there, your kill feeds down there, and then your bottom right with your ammo, your equipment, your field upgrades, your kill streaks are all like tucked away in the corner and not like half of the bottom right of your screen. But another thing that he was talking about is you can move the stuff around. So if you want your kill feed in the top left, or your mini map in the right, or if you want whatever, it sounds like you can move that around however you want. So I'm assuming it's not like custom, like if you wanted it like the ammo thing, like kind of the right center of the screen. I'm guessing it's probably just whatever corners you want, or it might even come with like pre-selected boxes that you can kind of move stuff around. So that's super cool, right? That's a great addition to the game.
some of our want your HUD centered so you don't have.
All right, here's the next thing. Progression.
Early on in Black Ops 6's development, we set a goal to make leveling and XP matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black Ops catalog, there's a lot of love, both internally at Treyarch and that we see in our community, for how we used to handle prestige.
Yes, very much so.
Traditional prestige is back in Call of Duty with Black Ops 6. We've pulled the best of the best from past Call of Duty prestige systems and are going bigger and more rewarding than ever. Players who reach max player level will have the choice to enter prestige, start fresh with relocked gear, and go through the leveling journey again. Black Ops 6 will have 10 prestiges, each with a valuable set of rewards to earn and equip to peacock your status. Players who make it through Prestige 10 aren't done. Instead, they'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 additional levels to climb through.
Wow.
And a classified reward to uncover for anyone dedicated enough to make it all the way to the end. The full Prestige system is available on day 1 in Black Ops 6.
Very cool. Like I said, there's only one thing that has me worried so far. The rest of it looks amazing. This is what we want to see right here.
We know how many of our players look forward to multiplayer, and we will be providing a deep dive on it later in the year. For now, here's some insight into our development of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Our vision since day one has been to craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature Black Ops multiplayer experience. We focused on supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win or focus on taking out enemy score streaks for the team. All of our weapons, gear, and gadgets in multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that lens of supporting these play styles. And of course, it wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you can't relive those action hero moments in theater mode, which we're happy to announce is returning with Black Ops 6.
Theater mode.
Now I said we're only getting a taste of MP today, but of course that means you're gonna get some early details on maps.
Yes.
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16 all-new MP maps. We've got 12 core 6v6 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 6v6 or 2v2. What do players like? What do we know that they want? So we're back to our classic 3-lane maps. We've got fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with more medium size, like better for hardcore pacing to keep the action flowing, but still have meaningful decisions for the player to make. The maps have their own stories, and we have multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those locations through the multiplayer lens.
Very cool. Sucks is we don't get more from that, but...
We've covered a lot today, but couldn't leave you without giving you just one more thing.
Zombies. Jeez, watch your eyes. Zombies. Never really been big into zombies, but...
And we're picking up the Dark Aether storyline where we left it. We're excited to announce that there will be 2 brand new maps available at launch, with a curated mix of fan-favorite features and new elements to discover. For those new to zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons and upgrades, deadly enemies, and tons of secrets to uncover. The legacy of zombies is incredibly important to Treyarch, and we are so proud of what the mode is bringing to players in Black Ops 6. As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific features, both new and returning. This is going to be a truly epic return for round-based zombies. Be on the lookout for more intel coming later this year.
Steph interviewed AB. Mark?
Now, we know we only gave you a little taste of multiplayer here today, so make sure to mark your calendars for our worldwide multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next on August 28th.
August 28th.
Make sure to stay tuned for details.
So we got a couple
favorite
months.
Streamers get hands-on Black Ops 6, so you can be prepped and ready to jump into.
So that's after champs. So hopefully some pros get some get some good
We'll be
taste on
sharing
that.
so much more about Black Ops 6 in the coming months and look forward to seeing your reactions and your feedback from our open beta coming up this fall and into launch.
Okay.
And it's not just about launch, because the team is already focused on delivering a ton of content in the live seasons, which we'll be sharing more about. Am I allowed to talk about Warzone yet?
No.
So Warzone, of
Our
course.
goal on Black Ops 6 was, and still is, to make something that is the best work we've ever done, and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay, our systems, and content plans, and repeatedly asked how something could be better. In some cases, that led us to huge innovations like Omni Movement, where we're now allowing players to move how real people and operators move.
Was it Star Wars?
In other cases, it led us back to some of our classic systems like Prestige. Then taking that classic system through the ringer and making updates and improvements. Across our weapons, gear, operators, maps, and more, a huge push has been to hit the highest visual and audio fidelity possible. The campaign tells an all-new Black Ops story where you're forced to go rogue and are being hunted by the teams that trained you. On top of that, the team is really focused on mission and engagement variety. Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA of Black Ops, and hopefully, in this sneak peek, it was clear that every single part of the MP game loop will be improved and better than ever, from movement to shooting, to footsteps, to engagement systems, to death. And last but definitely not least, the triumphant return of round-based zombies. There is so much more to share across all three game modes before the game officially launches on October 25th.
Give us more.
On behalf of the entire team, we can't wait for you to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Come on, give us one more thing. I think that might be it. I think it might be it. We're at that time. October 25th. That's it, huh? Alright, I'm assuming that's it, and it's just kind of an outro. So, obviously, a lot to unpack throughout this entirety of this trailer. Two big things is, obviously, there's more coming in a couple months, which is always great, something to look forward to. Multiplayer. The one thing, and I mentioned it before, but the attachment system. I know before they kind of talked about returning back to the basics. Now, I don't mind if there's different, like let me clarify. I don't mind if there's like an optic, a stock, a rear grip, a foregrip, a barrel, a muzzle. You know, I don't mind if there's all that stuff. I think is what the actual thing I'm talking about is having all of that stuff and having to have like 5, 6, 7, 8 attachments on a gun and just returning back to the PIC-10 or modified PIC-10 system where you don't have a million of those attachments on your gun along with your whole class, right? I feel like there should be some kind of balance of either you kind of have a balance of like your attachments, your equipment, your perks. Like there's got to be some kind of balance there and not just have 5, 6, 7 attachments on your gun along with a tactical and a lethal grenade along with a field upgrade, and on top of all of that stuff, you have your full perks, right? I feel like there needs to be that balance, and I'm hoping that it comes with the game and with what this brings. Now, I jump back to the HUD screen here, mainly because this is the screen I wanted to look at. So, I know we don't see the gun in this one, or at least, what the attachments and stuff are, but on your screen, you can see on the right-hand side there, it says movement speed, tactical sprint speed, and quick regen, along with something underneath that, and then I think that's a UAV or something there, along with, you can see, sort of in the bottom right, but I know kind of the YouTube controls are blocking it, but there's a frag grenade, a field upgrade of some sort, what is that called? A tactical grenade, and all of your ammo, and then it looks like you could switch your like singles fire or like burst, or switch your fire mode down there as well. So I don't know what, obviously they didn't really go too much into the classes or too much into a lot of the stuff that'll be in the next multiplayer reveal, but from what I saw, lots of good stuff. Omni movement looks very interesting. I would like to play with it to see, you know, how broken it is or how not broken it is or if it's balanced or not. But that'll come obviously with time once we get hands on the beta and get actually hands on the game later down the road. But obviously lots of good stuff to look forward to in Black Ops 6. This is just the first real look at the game and first real kind of tease at what the game is going to bring for us. So I can't wait to see what happens next. I know we have to wait a few months to see the next things, but everything looks good so far. But with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below if you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe, help the channel out, and as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.